let's talk about this shootout in the bedroom in Michigan. It's video, it's all over the place. It's going to fall off the news cycle pretty soon. Homeowner, here's a guy out in his house rummaging around. The guy broke in through the window. Homeowner standing in the bedroom door. They're trading shots back and forth. Everybody gets shot. The girl in the bed, the homeowner, and the bad guy. Everybody gets shot. What were you thinking when you watched this video?
As we watched it, my first thought was, I think everybody's about to get shot, man. Like, you are all clumped right in this doorway, all in a line. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. It's a tough video to watch, but it's a reminder of the kind of stakes that we're dealing with when we talk about something like a home invasion.
Yeah, I was thinking immediately as I watched this video was, first of all, the guy needed to clean his bedroom. I mean, there was stuff that, and I'm not making a joke, you're tripping over all of this stuff. You are not in a good position to defend yourself. But secondly to that is, if you're in a place where you think you need to have video cameras in your house and a gun at the ready, maybe you need to start building some fighting positions into your different home spaces. I want to see him move that dresser a little bit so he has some cover and concealment in one corner of the room, or move the nightstand or something. He's standing right in the doorway, right face to face. We're going to do this OK Corral style right there. And the end result is, wow, the fatal funnel works both ways.
Fatal funnel definitely works both ways. And the assailant who broke into the residence, he was shot, picked up by the cops somewhere nearby, I believe. Home defender, shattered ankle. Girlfriend who was still lying in the bed, he said shot in the back, I believe, or bullet ended up in her back. A mess. And dirty as, or I should say disheveled as the bedroom was, there also wasn't a ton of room to move. But as easy it is to Monday morning quarterback something, you're going to be target fixated, right? You're going to be staring at this person that you're really scared and you got to shoot him. But it's one of the reasons that instructors just hammer again and again, you got to practice shooting while moving.
Right.
Just don't be the last place they saw you. You don't have to move a lot. And it's another reason that good instructors really push. Yeah, cover's awesome. If there's a Jersey barrier you can get behind, do so. There's not going to be, though. But concealment works really well, too. Just be someplace where they can't see you. Yeah,
and he's right there in front of the door. Maybe you can argue that, well, he's putting himself between the danger and the girlfriend, and that's admirable. But if you're hearing somebody, waking up, as I watched the video kind of frame by frame, the cell phone is laying on the bed.
Right.
Nobody's calling 911, not that they would get there in time to stop this fight or anything. But again, building those fighting positions. When we worked with Dave Young on some of the other videos that we did, he was talking about making sure that your house is set up so that you can defend it. And I would love to see this layered security approach. How did the people even get in? You got all this other security going on, the cameras, the video all over the place. No alarms on the windows. I mean, if a person breaks open a window, there should be some shrieking or something going on to let you know that, hey, people are getting in the house, and maybe you can have a few extra seconds to work on this.
Well, and it brings up a topic that can be a very sore subject with some defenders, which is, and a good conversation can be had between instructors. If you're in a situation like that, do you get right in front of the person you want to defend, or do you get, you being the person who's going to be shooting at the assailant, do you get far away from them because the assailant is going to be shooting at you, the person who's shooting at them? A lot of parents instinctively, I want to push my kid behind me. A lot of instructors say, you need to airmail that kid as far as you can away from yourself, because you're the one who's going to be exchanging gunfire, and unless you're wearing like a North Hollywood shootout suit of body armor.
You're the bullet magnet in that case. All the shots are coming towards you. So I would also like to talk a little bit about firearm use for home defense. Okay, we see that shots are being traded. People are being hit. Shots are still being traded. This pistol, and granted, you can see the guy on camera. He doesn't have a great grip. He clearly hasn't had any training beyond, whatever he needed as the basic elements for getting his permit. But handgun rounds do not stop people immediately. I'm thinking, still positioning. Positioning is number one. Make sure you're not in the line of fire. Make sure you have tactical advantage. If he's using a shotgun for home defense in this instant, a load of buckshot might have, and I say might, as you still have to aim, there's lots of variables here, might have ended this fight as soon as that door opened and the homeowner fired the first shot. would you be looking at a long gun in that kind of situation? Would you rather have it or rather have the handgun?
Well, who was it? It was Lou Gosnell out of Gunsight once. We were at a class and stated shotgun fights are often short.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that rifle fights aren't also often short, but as much fun as it is to make fun of what we used to call FUDs, we need a new term for them. I don't know what we're going to call them, but as much fun as it used to be to make fun of shotgun people, one spot where it's tough to ding them is, single charge of buckshot right between the shoulders in the assailant's chest almost certainly would have had a bigger impact than those first 1, 2, 3 rounds from that, whatever it was that he was shooting.
Yeah, whatever handgun round he had out there. And I remember something that Clint Smith has said, pistol, shotgun, rifles. Pistols poke holes in things. Rifles tear things up. Shotguns take big chunks out of people and move them into different locations. In that case, even all the rage now, the double barrel side-by-side coach gun kind of thing, that might have been a suitable weapon for that situation. I would much rather have more rounds than fewer. So if I've got the old Mossberg 500 with the short barrel and 6 rounds of ammo that I can put into this guy, go ahead. I think that's going to stop the fight sooner than a pistol is going to stop the fight.
Well, and that video brings up a lot of unpleasant questions. We say again and again in CCM, best option is barricade yourself in your, okay, well, but he's coming in.
Yeah.
Like you have a person for whom maybe it's the best option, maybe it isn't. There's a person here for whom you're capital R responsible. Is this one where you do go out that door of the bedroom and go out to meet him rather than have this shootout in the doorway with her right behind you, knife fight in an elevator style? I don't know. I feel squicky whenever we dissect these because I wasn't there. And this is not a joke. These were real people who were shot with real bullets. But we got to learn from each other's mistakes, and not even from just mistakes.
Learn from doing it right. There's a lot that he did right there too. I mean, he put rounds on target in a very stressful situation.
And I can guarantee you that there are going to be a ton of comments under this, just generally angry at everybody involved, angry at you and me for what we said, angry at us for doing a video about this. Because this is a video that a lot of people don't want to think about. They don't want to think about them getting shot in a self-defense shooting. They don't want to think about their loved one getting shot in a home defense shooting. We really need to. And
this opens up the discussion of first aid training and first aid materials and all the other stuff that we talk about all the time on the pages of Concealed Carry Magazine, is that it might not be what you imagined as I own my gun now, bad guy comes in, I shoot bad guy, fight's over. No, it doesn't always work that way. And you see that some more training, a little bit of different type of preparation. You got to put some time into this, because even to the point of wake the girlfriend up and tell her to move away from the door.
And I don't even like to say stuff like that, just because one of the biggest laughs that I got in the academy was when an instructor said, yeah, and if you get shot, you're going to want to keep pressure on it. You're not going to be able to because it's going to hurt so bad you're not going to want to touch it. You're going to have somebody else do it. Yeah, he's right. Unless you are in shock or you are an extremely chilly dude, it's going to be very difficult for you to let's get some pressure on that shattered ankle that just got shot with yeah, man, you're not going to be able to do that. It's one of the reasons it's so important to make sure everyone else in your residence is as trained up as they can be. It's one of the reasons, as you said, hey, maybe wake this person up, try to get him out of the building, try to get him into a different room. I don't know. It was a nightmare to watch. I feel terrible for him and for the woman that were shot. I don't know. I feel terrible for him. I feel terrible for the woman who was shot. And I feel half terrible for us talking about it. But this is exactly the kind of video that you need to study. If you're somebody who says, well, of course I do. I keep a gun for home defense. Well, as much fun as it can be to watch videos of people training or of bad guys trying to run away and their pants fall down, whatever, you need to watch videos like this too, because this is exactly the kind of thing that happens.
It shows the speed. It shows how dynamic everything was. It shows how terribly violent it was. I mean, and getting people to stop and think and say, wait a minute, what could I have done? It's easy to say, well, here's what I would have done. Look at it realistically. What would I have done differently?
You'd have got shot in the ankle. That's what you would have done in that situation.
Would happen. And you're going to get shot in the ankle and your girlfriend's going to get shot. especially if you don't have any training and if you haven't thought about what you might do when someone breaks into your house. We're all living in places where someone can break into your house. It can happen anywhere. And if you haven't thought, what will I do? The end result is going to be badness. It worked out for him. In the end, everybody's alive, but traumatized and injured, and the bad guy was staggering out of his house with a leg that didn't work. But still, it could have been so much better. Hey, before you go, let me ask you, are you breaking these gun laws without even knowing it? Get a free concealed carry map that reveals the gun laws in your state and the states you might be traveling to. Click the link in the description below to check it out.